Welcome back to another episode of The John, your daily sports dump, where we plunge into the sports world. We're your sports pipeline for breaking news, game recaps, and the hottest takes in the sports industry. So by taking care of business, let us flush out the details and fill you in on what's happening. So take a seat, get comfortable, and make sure you have plenty of TP. It's time to explode the commode. And today, I'm going to be previewing the NBA Finals between the New York Knicks and the San Antonio Spurs. Guys, Knicks are riding in hot, 11-game playoff win streak, and some would say, have been the most dominant team in the playoffs, the whole playoffs this year. But Wembanyama, freak of nature, new guy. Can the Knicks get their first championship in over 50 years? Can the Spurs start a dynasty? I'm going to talk about that on this episode. All right, guys, so I talked about it a little bit there. Jalen Brunson has been a difference maker, and it feels like he's been a lot of people have noticed him this year specifically, which is, I think, kind of skewing him because, right, Jalen Brunson is a superstar, if you don't know by now, and in the playoffs he's backed it up. Almost 27 points a game, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, but it's not the amount of points that he gets. He is the most clutch player on the court. I trust Jalen Brunson in the fourth quarter if my team needs a point more than if Wembanyama's there. I think Wembanyama can be that clutch because he is clutch. I think Jalen Brunson is just so clutch. He's the king of the fourth, right? And, for my Bears, Caleb Williams, Madden 27 cover athlete. He was king of the fourth. And in basketball, I think it has to be Jalen Brunson. I mean, he's shown it this whole entire playoff run. And then you got Karl-Anthony Towns, OG, who's I feel like the most underrated player on the Knicks. I feel like people are talking about, right, Josh Hart, Miles Bridges, Mitchell Robinson, which I all understand. But in the playoffs, OG's averaging almost 20 and 7 a game. I mean, if OG's not doing this, they're not here. Cat has been disappointing to Karl-Anthony Towns standards. He's only averaging 17, 10, and 5. And I say only because it's Karl-Anthony Towns and he's one of the best three-point shooting bigs in the league. Now, going to the Spurs, obviously you have Wemby. Almost 4 blocks a game, averaging 23, 10, and 3.5. Just beat the Thunder, and Wembanyama was a key part in that. Now, I think, and I was talking with one of my buddies about this, the Spurs, if they win this, could be another dynasty. I know people were saying this right last year about the Thunder because of how young the Thunder are, but the Spurs beat the Thunder. The Spurs beat the Thunder in the regular season series and in the playoff series. And they're younger than the Thunder. So they have a lot more time to build a little bit more of a super team because you have them on the rookie contracts, right? Stephon Castle has shown he has taken that second-year leap that we all expected him to. De'Aaron Fox brings that veteran presence, right? Devin Vassell is another great high-energy player coming off in the starting lineup for him. And then coming off the bench, you got Keldon Johnson, right? Also, Dylan Harper was the number 2 pick last year. You have him as well. Keldon Johnson, 6th man of the year, top guy off the bench. I mean, the Spurs, I think, are more deep than the Knicks. I think the Knicks have a few more star power guys, right? You have Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, but I think most of the majority of the top guys are the Spurs. I think the Spurs have a more talented roster, but coming in this game, right? Let me read you guys some of these playoff stats that I was looking at before we hopped on here. Knicks, obviously talked about it. 11-game playoff winning streak coming in tonight. Plus 20 on the net rating. Plus 20 in the playoffs net rating. Number 1 playoff offense, number 1 playoff defense. You know their offense is going to be there. The real question mark was defense, and the defense is there and then some. Plus 271 point differential in the playoffs. Plus 271. That's not real. That is video game numbers. Now, they did win the season series against the Spurs, 2-1. But the Spurs have Wembanyama. Like, as much as, right, you want to base it off of the regular season, Wembanyama is that much of a difference maker. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the Spurs. Their net rating in the playoffs, plus 10.5. Still very good. But compared to the Knicks, it's nothing. top 3 playoff defense, top 3 offense, and opponents only shooting 41% against them. Their defense is legit, but with the Spurs, they're going to have a good defense no matter the era, no matter the time. They're going to have a good defense. There are some matchups. There are 3 matchups I really want to talk about. Wemby versus Towns. I need to see in this game tonight, what will Karl-Anthony Towns do when Wembanyama is doing the Wembanyama 7'5" alien stuff? And right, I've heard this on Sports Talk Radio. I've heard it all over, and I agree with it. I think Wembanyama right now already has a case to be one of the best centers of all time. His skill set, right, not saying the rings, we're not counting rings. His skill set, a 7'5" center who has ball handling ability, brings a ball up the court, shoots pull-up threes and step-back threes, right? People, you're talking about Kareem. Kareem has the most unguardable shot in NBA history, the skyhook. How are you going to guard a 7'5" dude taking a step-back three on you in your face and drilling it? How can you guard that? You can't. You cannot guard that. And I think talent-wise, Wembanyama is the best center of all time. And I really don't think it's much of an argument. I can understand the argument of, oh, that's crazy to say, right? He doesn't have any rings. But based off of talent, Dan Marino is one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Doesn't have any rings. Everyone talks about how great he was. So why can't I do that about Wembanyama? What's the issue with that? The next thing that I want to talk about, De'Aaron Fox. How are you going to battle Jalen Brunson? How are you going to shut Jalen Brunson down in the finals, right? De'Aaron Fox has been a quick guy, right? He's got a good hand to steal. So how will he stop Jalen Brunson from being Jalen Brunson that we all know? And then Mitchell Robinson versus the Spurs front court. You got Luke Cornett, obviously blocked by Cornett. He blocked in Hartenstein. And then Wembanyama. Two huge guys who control the glass. That's exactly what Mitchell Robinson does. So I'm interested to see how those two battle themselves out. But, guys, we're going to have a great series. I think it's Spurs in 6. I think just the Spurs, the talent, right? You can talk about the clutchness of the Knicks, but it's going to be a great series. No game is going to be an easy game. It's going to be a great series. I'm really excited for it. But, guys, that's all I had for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode with John. We're tuned in to everything sports and flushed out all the nonsense. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss another episode. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram for sports updates and hot takes in real time. Join me next time on The John, your daily sports dump, where we'll cut a cigar of a victory in sports news. Until then, keep game face on and stay regular. This is The John.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 35, 45 minutes.